There is also a Spotify playlist that you can listen to during this practice. I will put the link in the notes here for you. If you want to listen to music, you can open up this playlist and just start it right at 10:30, and it'll go along with the practice. I'm also outside. If this is your first time tuning into one of my live streams, I like to just let people know I do live really close to the airport, so there may be some airplane noise in the video. I'll do my best to just pause when the planes fly overhead. Thankfully, there haven't been very many recently, so that's been nice. And then for practice today, I'll recommend using one yoga block if you have one. If you don't have one, a tissue box or a large book, something of approximately the same size will be helpful to have just to help bring the ground up to you in some of the poses. Cool. All right, so it's 10:30. Let's get started. If you have that playlist up, go ahead and press play. And we'll start in a comfortable seated position. So take a second to make your way to one. All right, this morning I wanted to talk a little bit about the ebbs and flows within your yoga or meditation practice. Yesterday, I listened to a webinar with Richard Miller, who is a clinical psychologist and a yogi. And during the webinar, he was asked the question about, how do we deal with the ups and downs of our practices? Sometimes we might feel lost, or we might face challenges within our yoga and meditation practices. And his response was really beautiful. He said, you need to fall in love with your humanness. So it's not about being perfect. It's not about, when you're meditating, it's not about always having a perfectly clear mind. Thoughts will arise. That's normal. When you're doing yoga, it's not about doing the poses perfectly. It's about just being in your body and feeling it. So today I really encourage you all to fall in love with your humanness. Remember that if you love the rose, you have to also fall in love with the thorns and love the whole package. So that'll be our internal practice this morning. And then as far as an external practice, we will do some nice restorative stretching. There'll be a little bit of a flow just to build some heat in your body and get you moving. And then some nice deep restorative peaceful stretches towards the end of class as well. So just listen to your body, do what feels good, skip what doesn't. And we'll begin. Find a comfortable seat, sit up onto a blanket or pillow if you'd like. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Feel the support of the floor beneath you. And start to tune into your senses. Notice what you hear. Notice what you see, even if your eyes are closed. Maybe there are some subtle patterns of light or color beneath your eyelids. And even if all you see is just darkness, explore that. Notice what you taste or smell. And notice what you feel. First, externally, the temperature of the room that you're in. As you observe this, make any adjustments to add a layer or subtract a layer. Make sure that you're comfortable for practice. And then notice what you feel in your body. from your feet to your knees to your hips, your arms, shoulders, neck. Perhaps there are some places that you habitually hold on to tension or stress. Be gentle with those places. Stay mindful of them as we move through class. And if any of your muscles are holding really tight, can you soften and release instead? Relax your jaw, your forehead, even your eyelids. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly and rib cage expand. And an open mouth exhale, sigh your breath out with an audible 2 more like that. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more time, breathe in. And breathe out. This time, inhale through your nose. Lips sealed, exhale through your nose. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose. See if you can observe the flow of your breath. As it flows in through your nostrils, into your lungs, expands your torso. And then a little contraction in your core and diaphragm to press the air all the way out on the exhale. Watch that flow. Take time to pause at the top of every inhale and the bottom of every exhale. Really observe the way that your breath moves. This morning, find gratitude for each breath. If your mind starts to wander, to replay past situations, or to project into the future, or to judge, or to narrate anything, can you just find peace in each breath that you take? Each breath a gentle reminder that you are present, you are alive, you are here. And if your thoughts do wander, don't judge or condemn yourself for that. Love your humanness. And just gently remind yourself to come back to your breath. If there's any other intention you'd like to set for your practice, or if you'd like to dedicate your practice to someone or something that needs a little extra love sent their way this morning, consider that here. Tuck your chin to your chest and slowly open your eyes. Good. Lift your gaze, lift your shoulders towards your ears. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, roll your shoulders down and back. 1 more time, breathe in, lift up. Exhale, roll your shoulders down and back. And then look down at your legs. Notice which leg is in front. Take note of that. And then lean back, extend both legs out straight. Give your legs a little stretch, a little rock from side to side. And then switch the cross of your legs, opposite leg in front. We'll stay seated like this a little bit longer. Extend your right arm out to the side. Stretch out into your right fingertips so you can already feel an active stretch out into your hand. Spread your palm wide. And then lower your left ear to your left shoulder. Increase the distance between your right shoulder and your right ear. Continue to breathe as you reach out actively. Add your left hand to the side of your head if you'd like, just for a little gentle pressure. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Set your right fingertips to the ground. Inhale, lift your left arm up, look forward. And on your exhale, arc over to the side. Stretch from your left hip to your left shoulder and add in some big circles here with your arm. Play with your full range of motion. Big sweeping circles, at least twice in each direction. You can count them at your own pace. Notice your breath as you move. And when you've done an equal number of circles in both directions, come back to center and just ease a little deeper into your side bend. See if you can feel your breath expand and contract along the left side of your torso and rib cage. One more full breath in. Stay for a full breath out. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead, full body stretch. Exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest. Inhale, re-extend, arms overhead, lengthen through your torso. Exhale, extend both arms out and down to the ground. Lift your left hand slightly away from the floor and reach out into each fingertip actively. Spread the palm of your hand as wide as you can. And then lower right ear to right shoulder. Take a couple of deep breaths. Notice what you feel along the side of your neck and down into your left arm. Place your right hand to the side of your head if you'd like, just a little extra pressure. No need to really pull or force anything. Be gentle with your body this morning. Notice what you feel. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, release your left fingertips to the ground. Inhale, reach your right arm up high. And exhale, side bend over to the left. Lengthen from right hip to right shoulder out into your arm. And then draw at least 2 circles in each direction to play with the full range of motion in your shoulder. Continue to breathe as you move. Gently switch directions as you're ready. And then when you're equal in both directions, come into that lateral side bend. Play with depth. You can pulse the movement a little. You can observe the way that your breath moves and changes the shape. Neck stays long. One more breath in. Stay for your breath out. Inhale, back to center, both arms lift. Exhale, cactus, arms back, bend, squeeze your shoulders together and back. Inhale, lift your arms high overhead. Exhale, hands out and down, back to the floor. Then swing your legs to the side. Set yourself up for tabletop pose. If you want to grab a blanket or something to add a little extra cushion between your knees and the ground, this would be a good time for that. I like to use a blanket. And then stack your hips over your knees, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Spread your fingers out wide, like you did in that stretch earlier. Really expand the surface area connection between your body and the floor. Grip into each fingertip. Inhale to cow pose, lower your belly, lift your chest. Notice the expansion of your breath in the front of your body. Exhale to cat pose. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, puff up the back of your shoulders. Back and forth like that a few times. Inhale to cow, hammock your belly down, lift your heart. Exhale to cat, round and curl. Take it a couple times at your own pace. Connect each movement with a breath. Remember that you can stay here, just traditional cat-cow, or you could add in a little bit of free form movement, maybe hip circles, shoulder circles, sway side to side, anything that feels good in your body. Pay particular attention to any places that have been a little stagnant or sticky this morning. See if you can work movement into those places and notice what you feel. There's no wrong way to do this. Sometimes it might help to close your eyes, let go of what me or what anyone else might be doing, and just focus on your own body, your own breath. How can you connect those two things together? And take 2 more cycles of breath in and out through your nose. And then come back to center tabletop. Rise up onto your knees for a second. Stand on your knees, reach your arms overhead. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to your back pockets. A little baby camel pose. Just lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades back for a little back bend. Take about 3 small sips of air here. Little breaths in and out. Your next inhale, rise to stand on your knees. Exhale, bring your hands back to the floor. Extend your right foot back behind you. Press your toes against your mat and rock forward and back a couple times. Notice how that feels through your calf muscle and hamstring, that whole back line of your leg. One more time. And then back to center, lift your right heel up. And you can stay here. Start to notice a little bit more engagement in your core is required to hold the shape. Maybe a little bit of heat through your right glute. And then you have the option to stay here or reach your left arm forward. Look down towards your mat, elongate the back of your neck, and find your balance. Are you still breathing? Stay here or add movement with your breath. Inhale to kick and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, kick and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time, breathe in, kick and reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, kick and reach, lengthen. Exhale, back to tabletop. Take a moment to turn your fingertips to point to the right and left, or fingertips can point towards your knees if that range of motion feels good in your wrists. It's just optional. Draw some little circles here, stretch through your forearm and fingertips. Notice what you feel through the palm of your hand. Switch directions if you haven't already. And then come back to center. Regular tabletop, fingers face forward. Remember, if your wrists ever get a little tired here, you could always come up onto your fists instead. Listen to your body. This time, extend your left foot back behind you. Press your toes into the ground, rock forward and back. Notice what you feel through the back line of your left leg. And keep your core stable. We're going to work on our balance a little bit in a second, so prepare for that here. When you're ready, lift your left heel. Fingers stay spread wide, nice strong connection between your body and the ground. Lift your navel, puff up the back of your shoulder blades a little. You can stay here or reach your right arm forward. Stay connected with the sound of your breath. Even as we move into some poses that are a little bit more heating, your breath can still stay graceful and gentle. If it ever becomes challenging to breathe, take a moment to pause and rest. Option to stay here or add in movement. Inhale, kick and reach. Exhale, draw your elbow towards your knee. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Just one more time, breathe in, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, kick and reach. Exhale, tabletop. Good. From here, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. So feet are about hip width distance or a little wider. Knees can bend. Hands are about shoulder width distance or a little bit wider. Relax your head and neck down. Notice how this feels in your shoulders and low back. Adjust however you need to find a little bit more comfort in this space. And we'll play with a little bit of movement with the legs. Inhale, lift up onto your toes, heels really high. And then exhale, drop your heels over to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, heels to the left. Inhale, up to center, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, press your chest towards your legs. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, heels over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tilt your heels to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale to center, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees like a little squat. But inhale, straighten your legs, look forward. Exhale, slowly step your feet to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Bring your hands up to your shins or your thighs, somewhere where your back can be about parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Find an active lift in your hips. Exhale, hold onto your calf muscles. Pull yourself a little deeper into your fold. 2 more like that. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe your knees bend a little on the fold. 1 more, breathe in, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. This time, let go of your calf muscles. Hold opposite elbows instead. Or you could choose to interlace your fingers behind your head or behind your back. Sway a little side to side. Bend or extend 1 leg at a time. And notice what you feel through the back of your legs and hips. Try to fully relax your spine and back. Decompress those lower vertebrae. And then release your hands down. If there's a blanket or pillow on your mat, you can slide it to the side. Keep it close. You may want it later. And then slowly rise up to stand, 1 vertebra at a time. Rise to stand towards the front of your mat. Face forward, palms face forward towards your sides. Feet about hip width distance apart. Relax your shoulders, stand tall. Close your eyes for a moment, feel into your balance. Notice the connection between your feet and your mat. Find equal pressure in your heel, in your pinky toe mound, and in your big toe mound. So those 3 corners of each foot are firmly rooted. And then notice if your mind has wandered or if any judgments, comparisons, or narrations have shown up in your practice so far. Greet those experiences as just a part of your human experience. Consider what you can learn from those thoughts. Refocus your mind on your intention or dedication. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, circle your arms up high, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Drop your right hand down. Lengthen through your left side body. Both feet still press evenly. Your hips can bump a little to the side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Inhale to center, reach up high. Exhale, cactus your arms, back bend, lift your heart. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep forward fold. Hold your calf muscles. Inhale, rise to stand, full body extension. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, up to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, shoulder blades squeeze together as you lift up your chest. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward, reach your arms wide. Inhale, halfway lift. Notice the engagement in your back. Exhale, fold forward. Notice your hamstrings. Inhale, rise to stand. Full body stretch. Core stabilizes you. Exhale, lengthen through your left side as you reach to the right. Inhale, back to neutral. And exhale to the left side bend. Inhale, back up to center. Full body stretch. Exhale, cactus your arms. Lift your chest. Inhale, reach back up high. Exhale, extend your arms out and down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward facing dog. Relax your head and neck down, bend one knee at a time, sway a little side to side. What do you feel through your legs, through your hips, through your back? I know downward dog is a strengthening pose. If you feel it in your core or your shoulders, just notice it. You can always come down to tabletop if you need a moment of rest. And then really bring your feet a little closer together. Ground down into your left foot and lift your right foot up. Three-legged dog. Notice the engagement in your bottom leg required to help lift up your top leg. And then choose to either flex or point your toe, your choice. You could play with both. How does it feel different? And then come back to downward dog. Gently set your feet down side by side. Ground down into your right foot, lift your left foot up. Point or flex your toe a couple of times. Notice what you feel through your right inner thigh, leg, and hip. Core is engaged a lot. Good, come back to downward dog. Play with that a little bit later. For now, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the front of your space. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Take a big full body stretch. Exhale, chair pose with airplane arms. Sweep your arms down and back. Good. Inhale, reach back up, rise to stand, straight legs. Exhale, chair pose, airplane arms. Just building a little bit of heat. Inhale, reach your arms up just one more time. Exhale, chair pose, airplane arms. Inhale, rise to stand, full body stretch. Exhale, hands through heart as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Hold for just a moment. Reconnect to your breath. Inhale through your nose. And a powerful open mouth exhale. Set your left foot to center of your mat. Press into your left toes. Inhale, reach your right leg high. This time, bend your knee. Open up your hips, that you twist open to the side a little. And then draw some circles with your knee and hip in the air. A couple times in each direction, like you did with your arm earlier. Play with that full range of motion through your hip socket. And then come back down to center. Downward dog, switch sides. Lift up your left leg. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. And draw some circles here. Notice what you feel through your hip and leg. Couple times in each direction. And when you're even in both directions, come back to center. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward between your palms. Lower to your bottom knee. Here, if you have a block, you can keep it nearby. If you have two, I recommend using both. You can bring one under each hand. If you don't have blocks, it's okay too. You could bring your hand up to your knee. And then in your lunge shape, we're looking for a nice stretch through the front of your left thigh. Notice what you feel through your hip flexor there. Option to keep your hands on blocks, on your knee, or to reach your arms up overhead. Find a focal point somewhere ahead. Look forward and breathe. Notice your foundation. What do you feel beneath your feet, beneath your knee, beneath your leg? Slow down your breath. Full inhale, reach up. Stay for your breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the blocks or the ground. Straighten your front leg, half splits. So here your hands are either on blocks. Remember, there's plenty of things around your house that could substitute this. Even overturned pint glasses or water bottles could be really nice. You could also have hands on the ground, fingertips on the ground. In this posture, we're looking for sensation through calf muscle and hamstring and hip of your extended leg. So notice what you feel in that space. And take a couple of deep breaths. Notice the difference between how it feels to extend your spine versus rounding and curling forward. And then choose which one feels best in your body, or you could pulse between the two. Notice what you feel. Remember, your practice is uniquely yours. Customize it, be creative, find movement whenever you'd like. One more deep breath in. And a full breath out. And slowly bring your right foot back to the ground. Set your blocks to the side. Tuck your back toe under. Plant your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog, or you can even do another three-legged dog or open your hip. We'll meet back in downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your foot forward. Lower your back knee down, bring in your blocks for support if you'd like. This time, notice what you feel through the front of your right hip flexor down into your leg. Find a nice stretch there. You may need to adjust the position of your knee. The front knee stacked about over a front ankle. Okay. Hands can be on blocks. Hands can be on your knee. Or your arms could reach up high. Notice what you feel and breathe. Slow down the rhythm of your breath and listen to its quality. Good. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, bring your hands back down. You may need to bring your blocks closer to you if you're using them. Straighten your front leg, flex your foot, half splits. Remember here, we're looking for a nice extension through the back of your leg. Your toes could point or flex, your choice. Your spine can stay long for a more active pose, or you can round and curl forward for a more passive, restorative stretch. What feels best in your body here? If stillness is challenging this morning and you're craving movement, let your body move. You can pulse between extension and folding. Let your breath guide you wherever you choose to go. Follow your inhales and exhales with your movements. Let yourself be a little creative. Remember, you can always close your eyes. It doesn't need to look like what I'm doing. You can do your own thing too. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And come back to your lunge. Set your blocks to the side. Plant your palms. Step back to downward dog or three-legged dog. Option to bend your knee, open up your hip if that feels good. Come back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale to a high crescent lunge. We'll start to build a little bit of a flow. Bring your right hand down to your right thigh, palm face up, and stretch a little over to the right like a lateral bend, kind of like what we did when we were seated earlier. Then inhale back up to center, arms straight. Exhale to warrior two. Pivot your back heel down. Notice your back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, front toes point ahead. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flip your right palm. Plant your right hand to your mid-back or the back of your head or neck. Hold on to your right elbow with your left hand if it's accessible to you. And then arc to the back. Stretch through your side body and really notice the expansion along your rib cage up into your tricep. And then bend and extend your leg a couple times. Notice how that feels as you lunge into your right knee. Good. Come back into your lunge. Back to warrior two. Then inhale to star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale, goddess pose, hands to heart. I'll turn to face the camera so you can see. Bend your knees, come into a squat. Good. Inhale back up to star pose. Exhale, goddess. One more round. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess pose. Good. Hold here for a second. So we'll stay in this shape. Notice what you feel through your inner thighs and hips. Next, inhale, rise back up to stand. And exhale back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands forward, plant your palms down, and just step forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, full body stretch. Exhale, cactus, arms back, bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands to the ground. Step your right foot back. Inhale to a crescent lunge with your left foot forward this time. So just like we did before, slightly different way to get there. Back heel stays high. Notice what you feel through your hip and leg. And then add that lateral bend, left hand palm face up. Reach your right arm over to the left, side bend. What do you feel through your right side? Inhale back to center. Exhale to warrior two. Open up. Pause for a moment here. Expand out into your arms. Notice your legs. Flip your front palm face up. Bend at the elbow. Bring your hand to the back of your neck. Hold on to your left elbow with your right hand and then arc to the back. And from here, flow into and out of your lunge a couple of times. Just in a gentle way, bend and extend your left knee. See if you can connect this pulsation with the fluctuation of your breath. Let's do another 1 or 2 rounds depending on your speed. And the next time that you find yourself in your lunge, stay there. Re-extend to warrior two. And take a deep breath in, star pose, heels in, toes out. Pause for a moment, feel the expansion out into your limbs. Take a deep, powerful breath in. Exhale, goddess pose, hands to heart. Inhale, back up to star, open up. Exhale, goddess pose. And inhale, back up to star. Exhale to goddess. Pause for a second, maybe sway a little side to side, let some heat build. Take a breath in, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Look forward, sweep your hands forward and step to the front of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, full body stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Come into a little crouch and curl shape. Knees to your forehead, forehead to your knees. Then lower down to a seat. Find your feet in butterfly pose. Soles of your feet together, knees wide. Take a breath in, lift up. And then exhale, fold forward. Notice where your mind is. Distractions appear. Our minds wander because we are humans. It is impossible to control external circumstances and stimulus. Some things just are. So can you allow those things to be a part of your practice? Can you fall in love with your wandering thoughts? Can you understand them as just a piece of the puzzle? And fold forward a little deeper into your cocoon. Relax your body, your shoulders, your arms, your head. Remember, your breath is your anchor. Come back to it, notice its movement. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale to find your deepest stretch just for a moment. Inhale, lift back up. Walk your hands behind you, bend your knees, place the soles of your feet down. Turn your fingertips to face towards your hips and press into your hands and feet. Lift your hips up. Try to bring your hips towards parallel with your knees and shoulders. Open up through the front of your body. This might be challenging. Gentle with yourself. Hug your shoulders back and together if you can. Lift your chin just a little. Don't let your head tilt all the way back. Keep your neck active. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale to fold forward. Cross your ankles, roll over to your knees, and come into forearms to the ground. Extend your legs back. Open up a little more through the front of your body. Take a moment to rest in Sphinx pose. Notice here, shoulders are about over your elbows. Your elbows can come in a little or further out, your choice. And then you can stay here at center, or you could play with a floor bow variation and just bend both knees. Notice how that feels in your low back. Maybe bend and extend your knees a couple times. As you bend your knees, you're creating a little bit more of a quad stretch and a little bit more compression in your lower vertebra, so be gentle with the movement. And then from here, release both feet down. One last time. Bring your elbows wide and rest your head down onto your mat. Look to the right. Sway your hips a little side to side. Relax your low back. See if you can feel your heartbeat or watch the movement of your breath. Everything slows down from here. Turn your chin back to center, lift back up to your elbows. You have the option for one more round of Sphinx pose, or you can press into your palms, lift up to seal for a little deeper back bend. Be gentle with your low back here. So notice how that feels. You can bring your hands further forward to make the back bend more subtle, or bring your hands closer to you to make the back bend a little bit more intense. So find your own happy medium. Your elbows are still available to you too. So listen to your body and breathe. In whatever variation you're in, you also have the option to bend your knees, lift your gaze, create a little deeper back bend, but in a gentle way. Nothing is forced. Shoulders stay away from your ears. If you're really crunching up, notice that. Try to create more length. Take one more breath in. And exhale, release down, hands stacked, look to the left. Sway your hips a little side to side, relax your low back. If your thoughts have wandered, can you refocus in on the sensations that are true in the present? What do you smell, taste, hear, see, or feel? And as you're ready, bring your chin back to center. Press down into your hands. Lift yourself up and back to child's pose. Bring in your blanket for a little extra cushion beneath your knees if you can. Sway a little side to side, massage out your forehead on your mat. Another subtle reminder to keep your thoughts present. Keep your child's pose legs. Press into your hands, lift yourself up. Thread your left arm underneath your right arm and stretch back down to the ground. Here, your block or a pillow could be placed underneath your head for support. Or if your head comfortably reaches the ground, you could be here. If this is too much pressure, you could do the same stretch sitting upright by just bringing your arm across your body. This is the position we're looking for here, just a nice stretch for the outer arm. So however you can find that in your body, pick the way that's most comfortable. And then take a few breaths. Notice what you feel through your left shoulder and arm. Two more deep breaths here. See if you can take the second breath slower than the first one. And then gently, mindfully switch sides. Left arm extends forward, right arm sweeps under. Bring your cheek to the ground or to a block or pillow. Very often, one side of your body will require a slightly different variation. So if you want to try this side seated, feel free to. Just stretch your arm across your body and breathe there. Let's take 2 more full cycles of breath in your variation of choice. Can you make them even slower and more smooth than ever before today? And then when you're ready, you're in the child's pose variation, lift yourself back up. Keep your legs apart like child's pose and walk your hands back. Press into your fingertips, lift your hips, stretch through the front of your hips, open through that front line of your body. Hug your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Release your hips back down, swing your hips to the side, and extend your legs forward. And here, if you want to have a little extra support beneath your back, you could bring your blanket to the ground underneath you, or just lay flat on the mat. Come down to your back. Knees bent, arms out to a T. Separate your feet to about mat width distance apart, so a little wider than hip width. And then rock your legs from side to side like windshield wipers on a rainy day. What do you feel through your low back, hips, and legs? The next time that your knees are over on the left, let them stay there in a twist. You can keep your feet wide apart like they are, or you could bring your right leg to stack on top of your left leg. Any twist variation that you'd like. And then look up towards the ceiling or look in the opposite direction of your knees. What feels best in your neck? Let your eyelids get heavy. Slow down your breath. Let yourself find peace in each breath cycle. And in your own time, when you're ready, bring your head back to neutral first. Switch out your legs. You can do a couple little sways side to side in between, if that feels good. And eventually settle with your knees over to the right and your gaze over to the left. Arms stay out wide so that you get a little bit of a stretch and expansion from your collarbones out into your wingspan. And just allow the mat to support your body. Once you find your version of supine twist, just settle into it. There's no need to force anything. Let your body find its own version of the pose. A place where you feel a little rotation in your spine, an expansion out into your arms, maybe a little pressure in your low back, but nothing painful. And observe what it feels like to be in your body in this moment. Make sure you're still breathing smooth and deep. And as you're ready, make your way back to the middle of your mat. Come into happy baby pose. Hold on to the back of your thighs. Or if you can reach for your feet without your head lifting from the ground, you can reach for your feet. If your head does lift away from the floor, either bring your hands back down to your thighs so your head can relax, or place a couple pillows underneath your head for support. And rock side to side, right to left. This is your practice. Take any additional movements that you need to close out your practice this morning. If there's anywhere in your body that needs a little attention, you can do something else during this time too. I'm here to guide your practice and provide a general outline. But at the end of the day, I believe that yoga is best practiced in an intuitive way, where each individual can create their own journey within the sequence. So listen to your body, do what you need. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths in exploration. And then when those 3 or 4 breaths are complete, draw both knees in towards your torso. Hold on to the front of your shins. Sway a little side to side or draw some little circles with your low back on the floor. And lift your forehead up towards your knees. Squeeze everything into a tight little ball. Take a deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale to extend your arms and legs out to a big starfish shape for Shavasana. Send love and gratitude to your body for all it carries you through each and every day.
all of the subtle internal functions of your body that support you in this life without any focused effort from you. Your heart just beats, your breath moves, your body digests and creates cells that support your immune system, your blood, your lymphatic fluid, does all of this while you go about your daily life. Take a moment in awe of all of those fantastic functions. And in gratitude for this time on your mat where you're able to give back to and nourish the body that supports you every day. For these next couple of minutes, just listen to the sound of your breath. Notice your inhales and exhales. Let all other thoughts drift away. We'll be here for a couple of minutes, and then I'll guide you out when it's time.
If you'd like to spend another 5 or 10 minutes here, I encourage you to do so if you have the time. If you're ready, start to bring some little movements back to your hands and feet. Take deeper, fuller cycles of breath as you reawaken and bring fresh oxygen into your lungs. In a very mindful way, curl to your side and guide yourself up to a seat. Your eyes can stay closed. Connect your hands in front of your heart and tuck your chin towards your chest. Make a promise to yourself to be kind to yourself, especially during times of uncertainty, during those ebbs and flows. Remember that if you love the rose, you must also fall in love with the thorns. Dive a little deeper into what that means within your relationship with yourself. Thank you for being here and joining me this morning. With gratitude, namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment in the comment box or send me a direct message. I would love to connect with you and learn how I can better support your practice in the future. So, have a lovely day. Take care. Namaste.